Hey guys, this is Nefarious411 and welcome to episode 19 of my modded survival series. I skipped the in-between episode just so that I can go ahead and start with more of the Applied Energistics, and in the previous episode we were able to create the ME drive, one of these 4K ME storage cells, ME terminal, and all of this junk over here. But as you can see, I ended up having to create 3 more cells, and that was able to grab a majority of these chests. I still have quite a bit that I haven't moved over into the Applied Energistic systems, but as you can see, I turned off the power, and this little switch right here, if I pop down here, you can see, where's my Yeta wrench? There we go. Basically, the mode for this energy conduit is only to be active with a signal. So the lever is right above here. So anytime I turn that on, it'll turn on my AE system. And that was mainly because with Applied Energistics, it basically just runs and runs and runs. So it uses power even whenever you're not there. So let me go ahead and turn it on, and you can hear downstairs that my lava generator's kicked on. That's so that it would be able to power up the AE system. And as you can see down below, I have actually filled up at least the types and 3 of these. So I might end up having to create another ME drive or storage cell just so that I can stick more stuff in there. But I want to go ahead and start with something today. So this is just an ME terminal. I mean, it's fine for just grabbing inventory out of it, but it's really not useful other than that. Not that I'm aware of. I haven't really played around with any of these options, but what I want to get into is to be able to create a crafting terminal. So crafting terminal is basically taking an ME terminal, crafting table, and one of these calculation processors, and this will allow me to at least do basic crafting inside of this terminal, even if it's not the automated crafting, and we'll get to that eventually. It would be nice to actually have that, because right now I basically have to grab out what I want and either do it in my inventory or run over here to these crafting stations and craft it that way. So let me go ahead and see what it would take to actually create this. So I need a printed silicon, printed calculation circuit, and redstone. So let me go ahead and grab the redstone, printed. So I got a couple of these silicon, and this one will require diamond, and what are those cards called? I already forgot what it is. Presses. Yeah, so let me go ahead and grab these presses out of here, run over to the inscriber, and this is a calculation, so I should be able to... Nope. Is that logic? Let me try logic. No. 3rd time's a charm. I know it's not silicon. There we go. And what else is needed for this? Oh wait, this is a pure Certus quartz. So I'll use that later. But I actually need my pure Certus, and I got a few of these already. So let me go ahead and throw one of these in, and this might be the calculation press. Yep. So this shouldn't take too long, and there we go. So let me grab the other 2 items. And done. Cool. So now I should be able just to pop this little guy off, come over to my crafting station, and throw these things together. And I'm hoping it's going to do what I think it's going to do. I probably should have tested this in a single player world, but here we go. We have a crafting terminal, so I should be able to shift left click this. No. Okay, it is working. I guess I was looking at one of these other crafting tables. So yeah, now I'm able to do all of my crafting in here, so I don't have to take things out, run over here to the crafting station, and deal with it that way. And I might end up moving my power because that is actually really obnoxious. I wonder what the best route for that, because I also need to move these crystal growth accelerators at some point. But let me go ahead and clear up my inventory, and I actually want to start maybe on some of these crafting units. That way we can start getting some automated crafting going on. I haven't done this before. I've seen a couple of people's videos on it, but I am really not certain how this is done. So let me go ahead and craft up these parts. You've already seen all of these before, and I will be back as soon as I have something to put together. Alright, I am back, and I actually decided to use hoppers. If you put a hopper on the back and put some redstone in there, it'll make sure that the redstone here is kept full, and printed silicon on the top, and that will keep full. So then it's just a matter of coming through here and popping in the bottom piece that you need, either the gold one or the diamond one, and we have plenty of resources now, I'm hoping. So let me go ahead and just throw these back into the network real quick, and I'm hoping, let me put my magnet back on. Hoping that we have enough to start with the ME controller. And this is a multi-block structure, but we're only going to start with one of these for now. And I am probably going to pop this guy right there. And now we need power to him, and I think it has to go through the power receiver acceptor. So let me figure out a way to get that. I don't think this can connect directly to RF. I think it has to be already converted into the ME or Applied Energistics power. Oh, I don't have enough lines. I'm gonna borrow you, I think. Yeah. Let me borrow some of you guys. Probably needed to replace that stuff anyways. And, oh, has power. I'm assuming that works. Well, that's kind of cool if that actually received power directly. So now I want to create smart cables. Before we were dealing with the normal ME cables, the glass cables, and those are probably not good enough for what I need, because I need to see how many channels are in use, and each side of the ME controller, if I remember right, if you're using like the normal cables, you can only use like 8 channels. I'm probably derping this completely up. So let me go ahead and look up cables real quick. And I want the smart cables. Here we go, smart cable. And that is going to be a glass cable with some wool. Let me create a couple of these. And apparently that's all I can create. And now let's convert at least a couple of those into smart cables. So if I put that there, yeah, I can just run it like this for now. I wonder what's going to happen if I do this. Probably won't work, but it's always worth a shot. There we go. And this is now using 2 of 8 channels. Okay, so there we go. So it's going to require quite a bit of management to know how many channels that we're actually using. And if I come over here, is this still working? It is. So I guess the power acceptor isn't needed if you're using a ME controller. Let me just double check that I don't have things hooked up. And let me just pop that guy off. That way the energy acceptor, if I just pop that one off too, looks like it is still receiving power. And my system here should still be online, and it is. Cool. And we're using the 2 channels because one of them is the drive itself and the other one's the crafting terminal. So that is really cool. So now let's start looking at ways of doing auto crafting. So now I want to create craft. Uh-oh, is this not going to work for me? Applied. I thought this was synchronized. Apparently not. Or wait. Okay. Apparently does turn off. That was my problem. Alright, so I guess I do need the power acceptor. So that is unfortunate. Where can I put this? I probably would like this to be right here, maybe, just for lack of spots. Oh wait, how did I break the cable there? That was not intentional if that's what I did. Okay, so let me pull that back off. See if that still works. I don't know if it was like stored energy, like a buffer inside the system, but maybe this is still going to work. I could be wrong. I don't know what happened there. So let's use it until it stops working. Alright, so back to what I was doing. So we need a crafting... that is not synchronizing. I synchronized. Craft. Oh, why are you not working? Okay, apparently NEI is broken. What if I typed applied? Well, Applied Energistics works. Wonder why that works. Applied. Okay. Sure. So now, let's go ahead and we want to go ahead and go with a 4K crafting storage. It's probably a good one to start with since we already have like all of the supplies needed. So let me grab 2 more of these. There we go. Oh, that ran out of the pure. I don't think I should have been using pure on that. Yeah, I think I messed up on that one. So that's the 1K. 4K is going to be this little guy. And we should be able just to... No, that's 1K again. I'm not sure why that keeps happening. Alright, so I need one of these crafting units. And I am missing glass cables. I do not want to use my pure crystals. So let me create a few of these. Yeah, I don't want to use my pure ones. Let me just use the normal Fluix crystals. There we go. Applied Energistics, and this is the 4K, and I still haven't crafted the crafting unit yet. There we go. 4K crafting. Yay! There it is. Alright, cool. So now let's create a chamber. So this is a lot different. This is not the one that I wanted. Thought it was chamber. Pressure chamber. Applied Energistics. What is that called? Quantum link chamber. Vibrant quartz. I am not seeing it in here. Oh, molecular assembler. All right. So I was way off. That's fine. So let me go ahead and craft one of these guys up, and you'll notice that this is a lot different than what we had in previous versions of Applied Energistics. And what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to put my crafting maybe on a different side of the ME controller, and we'll see why here in a second. So I already have one of these smart cables, so let me grab some glass cables. There we go. Hook this little guy up, and this should be, or is it not going to be using? Okay, cool. So the molecular assembler itself does not use any channels, but we can't use it by itself. We will need to have an interface. Oop. I need to make sure that I'm up there. Interface. And this is an ME interface. See if I have enough for that. Nope. So I am missing one of these guys. Missing more flux dust. Really? Did I already go through all of that flux dust? Oh boy. Alright. So let me... Oh wait, I got a couple in here. That's good. So there's the annihilation core and interface. Formation core. Do not want to use you though. I want to use normal Certus. I didn't even check to see if it was the pure Certus just a while ago, and I got enough for that. Cool. So now if I put that there, I am using one of 8 channels. So this interface does use a channel, and that's fine. And we know that it's working if we were to throw some stuff in it and it gets sucked into the system. So cables, and there they are. Cool. So now we want to create some patterns. Blank patterns. This should be fairly simple. Do I not have quartz glass? Okay. There we go. Not you. Because you guys take too long to craft. So now, let me see if I can get the crafting... No, it's not the crafting terminal. What is that called? That is called a pattern terminal. So I need another one of these guys. And one of these. Wait. Crafting terminal. So I need another crafting table. So let me grab some wood. Let me just do this manually. Hopefully we don't have to do this too many times moving forward. So that's the crafting terminal. So we want the pattern terminal. There we go. Cool. Let me pop another cable, maybe right here. Probably going to reorganize this at some point. I'm not sure yet. But I should be able just to pop that there. And crafting pattern or processing pattern. Okay. Let me grab the recipe for a blank pattern. Let me shift click that in there. I don't want that Certus. I want one of these kinds of Certus. And if I were to do that, it creates the pattern encoded. And if I put this in here, I should be able to come over here and see that I have blank patterns. Cool. So if I try to craft one of these, you can see that it's not going to be able to do it because we do not have the crafting CPUs available. So I should be able just to pop this in. Don't know where to put this exactly. I might bring it over here. Alright, so then, do I have any smart cables anymore? No, of course not. Let me create a smart cable. Hook it right there. we go. And this has 1 of 8 channels. Cool. So now, I wonder if I can do it from here. Pattern. Okay, so I should be able to do it from here. And crafting CPU automatic. Click on start, and there we go. Yay! Our first automated crafting. That is cool. So I should be able to at least create a few of these patterns so that I can create some of the very basic things, such as the cables. Probably need to come over here, grab a pattern or 2. Probably just the one that I have. How many can I make of this? Alright, I don't have enough quartz glass. So, quartz glass. Oops. Let me just go ahead and create that manually. And should be able just to construct 10 more patterns. Cool. And this is fairly quick. It's not too bad. Nice. So let me go ahead and do the same thing that I did just a second ago for the blank pattern, but for some of these other things like the quartz fiber, go ahead and create a pattern for that, and I should be able just to keep doing that, create a bunch of different patterns, and I will be back as soon as I have more of a collection of the auto-crafted items. Alright guys, I am back, and I did a little bit of rearranging. As you can see, there's more levers on the floor. Let me just run downstairs and I can show you what I did. Basically, I created another capacitor bank from Ender.io, and this is basically going to be a buffer to the AE system for power, but then I configured each side to only be active with a redstone signal. So there's a lever up here, and same with this one up there. So whenever I flip the switch on, it will feed power into here. That way I can not listen to these lava generators all the time, just temporarily. And the lever up here will cut the power to the AE system. And this one right here is the power or energy acceptor for the crystal growth accelerators, and whenever I flip the switch to that, it'll turn those on. So let me go ahead and run over here, and you can see whenever I flip the switch, little sparklies come out, so that is on. And that's good to keep off whenever you're not using it, because that does drain quite a bit of power. And if I flip that switch, silence. But it's still running off of, if I look down in here, it is still running off of the capacitor bank. It's not a lot of energy, so it would take a long time to go through the 5 million RF. But if I wanted to, I'd be able to flip that switch, and eventually the buffer and the ME controller will die out. So if we wait a couple of seconds, the entire AE system will shut off. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Well, pretty large buffer apparently. So while that's just sitting there, let me take a look in here. I did create several patterns for all of the things that I think that I could use, and there it goes. I finally shut off. So it does have a large store of power in it. So for the recording purposes, I'll leave the lava generators off, and I'll just go off of my capacitor bank. But before we leave off for today, I actually want to create probably 2 more of these interfaces, and it looks like I have everything for that. And there we go. And I want to do a little bit of machine automation. So let me throw these up here. And I might end up needing another alloy smelter, because right now this is all smelting. I should probably have one in furnace mode and the other one in alloys mode. So I should probably create another one of those eventually. But for the time being, let's say that I need, what do I need? Do I need glass? Let's say I need glass. Do I have sand? I do have sand. So let me come over here, and I should be able just to tell this 1 sand equals 1 glass, but this is a crafting pattern. I have to switch to processing pattern for that, and I could pop that in there, and I can encode it. So I should be able to come over here to the smelter, pop this pattern in here, and I just need to hook this up. So let me see, and this is going to be glass cable is probably good enough for right now. I really doubt I have enough glass cable, so let me see if I can craft any more of these guys. And I'm missing fluix crystals. Fluix crystals. Oh, really? Really? Okay, so this one's a little bit easier. So let me grab charged Certus, nether quartz, and what's the other one? Redstone. Let me just convert all of these. I'll have to figure out some charged Certus here in a little while, but here we go. And I think this all went into my miner's backpack, and it did. I will have to automate this stuff at some point, but let's go ahead and continue what we are doing. So let me throw that back in there. Cable. Let me see if I can craft 10 of these guys. Start that up. And there we go. Nice. So I am not sure which channels I want this to run off of. Don't know if I'm going to pop another smart cable. Maybe for now I will just go off of what I currently have. This is really out of my way, isn't it? Well, might end up having to do something stupid like this and rearrange in between episodes. There we go. Hopefully that works. And since this is just the glass cable, we can't see how many channels we're using, but we know that right now it's using 2 because both of these are connected. So if I were to put some sand in there, you can see that it gets sucked up into the system. Sand in there. It also gets sucked up. There should be 2 sand in here now, and there is. So glass, we should be able to craft 2 of those since we have 2 sand. Start that, and over here you can see that it actually got the wrong one because I did alloys only. Crap. Let me just throw those in the system just for it to be happy with it. Okay, so that one's done crafting. So yeah, that is something that I need to deal with, and I'll probably just do that in between episodes, basically creating another furnace. Dun, dun, dun. This is going to be smelter from Ender.io, and yeah, I'll craft that offline, and I probably need to go ahead and create some more recipes for Ender.io and put them in the other system, but that's definitely going to require more interfaces. So let me craft up, maybe not that much. Cancel that. So I have 3 available, so can I do that? Yeah. Let me go ahead and craft up a couple more of these interfaces, and I should be able to just pop these guys here. And this is probably going to be annoying to figure out where I'm going to be grabbing things. There might be something that we can use for this. Terminal. So that's a crafting terminal, interface terminal. Maybe this is what I want. So let me try creating an interface terminal. There we go. Can I just create one of those? Just need one of these interfaces, and I need fluix dust. Well, let's teach the system how to create fluix dust. And to create Fluix dust, we need basically one of these Fluix crystals. So Fluix crystal equals 1 Fluix dust, is that right? Macerator, pulverizer, yeah, it looks like it. So I should be able just to grab that and throw this here to the sag mill. And I should probably configure these to output to the top. So push. That way, anything that's in here and it gets ground up. So if I do that, well, let me get one that does silicon. Well, that's probably a bad example since it doesn't really show me. So maybe it's working. Silicon. Well, I have 131 in there. I'm just going to assume that it worked. And I'm going to configure this one as well to push to the top. That way it pushes all of the items back into the ME interface. And should be able to create Fluix dust now. If I do 10, start that. And it sounds like it works. Okay, and it's pushing it back into the system. Nice. So now I should be able to craft one of these guys, right? Yay, no. Yes. Cool. And interface terminal. I think this is what I'm hoping this is what I think it is. So if I put that there. Cool. So this is a way to see all of my stuff. I don't have to come over here and look individually at what items that I have. So if I were to take out my interface pattern, I can't see it in the system, but if I come over here and molecular assembler, I can just throw it in here anywhere. So now if I do interface, I can see it here, and it's probably in one of these, and there it is. So yeah, I can probably just build all of this stuff maybe downstairs. That way I don't have to see it because I don't really have to access these anymore. So that is really nice. So I think I have reached that wrapping up point. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. I think we are on a really good road for automated processing and automated crafting with the Applied Energistics 2. There's still quite a bit to do with this mod, but in between episodes I am going to go ahead and clean up some of my mess. I have all of the cables down there that's just running all everywhere, and up here I'm probably just going to move all of the assemblers down probably in between the floors because I have the ability to access it here. So just like here, this is an interface terminal. It says that it's on an alloy smelter, and I just took it out and you can see that it's not in here anymore, so that is very nice. So technically I don't even have to see this equipment anymore, but it might be nice just to have it in the room so I can actually make sure that it's doing stuff. But if you could go ahead and rate that video down below, it would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you like the series, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. But for now, this is goodbye.